Hey, this is the Living Set Apart podcast, and I'm Tyler. This is my wife, Dana.
Hi.
We just wanted to introduce ourselves to you guys and let you know what you can expect here going forward, and maybe just share a little bit of our heart for healthy families, marriages, children, just everything that would revolve around being a set apart family. We'll talk more of that later from a you know, scriptural standpoint and things like that. But we're just two regular people who love the Lord and want to serve Him and help the family of God as much as we can, regardless of whatever distance you are finding yourself either super close to the Father or a little further away. It doesn't matter. We're here for you and genuinely love you and are for you the same. So with that,
Yeah. We are super excited about this. It's been something in the works for a while and we went back and forth with it and thought, why not? Tyler and I have had a unique opportunity in life to have older kids. So we have older kids, obviously, and then we had a second set of children later on in life, and we're actually grandparents as well. And so it's given us a unique opportunity to have almost like a second chance, a first chance and second chance. We'll go into a little bit of that more later, but it's given us a really unique opportunity to see different areas, even in our marriage, how we've been with each other, but particularly in the parenting arena, it's been interesting to be able to maneuver older children and our younger children that are still under our roof and grandchildren now too.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it actually grandkids are the best. But we really just had a heart too for marriages that are faltering, are finding themselves weary. We've been on that boat before too, and we've had people in our life that have met us in that place, and honestly, we knew that it was a godsend, but we're so super grateful that we had people in our life that were like mentors and friends, confidants, cheerleaders, coaches, all of it. And we just felt like, you know what? Hey, we need to just, it was freely given to us and we want to freely give back. And we want y'all to freely receive whatever it is that you can pull out of this. And we're hoping just to give some very practical tips that you can use on a day-to-day basis. We're pretty normal people. Tyler has a normal job. I'm a homeschool mom. I'm in the house a lot, so I've got kids under the roof and we're doing kid stuff all the time. So we're always really looking for things to better ourselves in our marriage and with our kids, and now we're moving on to the grandkids. So we'll have lots of areas that we'll talk about all of that.
Absolutely, and we've to that point we've had opportunities, that were huge privileges and blessings to us, where we were able to help come alongside and kind of mentor, if you
Mm-hmm.
will, and just help out some couples and some people that ended up just becoming friends. Some were already, in our circle of influence, and some were not, but fortunately,
Mm-hmm.
they are now. But whether they were single or whether they were married couples, and it's something that I don't know. We kind of kicked around, like Dana said earlier. How can we maximize
Yeah.
um, this I don't know, this gift, this privilege that God has given us and what He's done with us. Because there is no way, if you knew our history, just being real, there's no way that we ought to have the kind of marriage that we have.
Yeah.
Not that we've arrived anywhere. I promise you, I'm still working on
We
things.
we we're
We're
still
still
working
working
on
on things. I'm still working on being a Christ-like husband every single day. That is my aim. It's my quest in life. But it's an ongoing, never-ending walk. And just it's kind of that unattainable goal. But Jesus is the benchmark. He's the ultimate standard. So you have that, um, you have that in front of you that you I mean, let's face it, we're never going to attain that this side of heaven, right? But it doesn't mean that we don't make that our purpose and our desire and our passion.
Yeah.
So with that, we have heard some things, some encouragement from people like, yeah, you guys should, you know, do something like a podcast or whatever. And we just go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, we I want to just give the backstory really quick in a nutshell.
Sure.
So, we actually moved into to where the state that we're living in right now as missionaries for marriages. We live in a we'll go into it a little bit later, but we live in a bit of a difficult area that can be hard for marriages. My husband is in the oil field and oil and gas industry, and
Yes.
the hours are long, the work is hard, and we moved up here specifically to minister to the marriages in this particular field. And then we noticed that they were hungry. There was so much hunger here for that, and we were ecstatic to be able to serve to the best of our capacity. But then we also found that our time was limited too. We still have young kids under the house, and Tyler's still working full time. And we realized, we had couples on the couch almost every day of the week. And it just became something that was amazing. But also we just had to be mindful that, we still have to steward our children and our home and everything else really well.
Right.
So to Tyler's point was, how can we maximize this, and how can we still pour out in a way where people can just kind of get on at their convenience and just listen and pull what they want and leave what they want and whatnot. But we also, our heart's desire in this too is that, as you're listening, that, that obviously we can't talk to everybody one-on-one, but that, that you're still, hearing the heart of God for you, and that you're cared about
Yes.
and your marriage is cared about and your family is
Yes.
cared about. And though we may be strangers, just know that there are people out here that we want to fight, not just in prayer for you, but run alongside of you and lift your arms up in areas that you may feel like you can't walk here anymore. You can't do this anymore. So, but I just wanted to tell them a little bit about, how we even got here and why the podcast even became an idea. And so, just trying to really honestly, just kind of reach a little bit more people and maximize our time as well and just steward our time well for the Lord.
No, absolutely. That was
Yeah.
great. Thanks, sweetheart. And yeah, definitely, to that point, we through some encouragement from some dear friends and some prayer, here we are.
Yeah.
It took a while, and it's gonna take a while to put everything together, but we're here, and we want you to know that we're going to do our best to provide you with some practical things that you can implement day one, right from the go of listening to the podcast, whatever episode you might be dialed into. I assure you that if you put those things into practice, you will begin to see results. Obviously, depending on your mileage, it may vary just based on how quickly you start to see that. I mean, obviously, if it's a more dire type situation, you're going to have to be more consistent with that, a little more patient. But God is faithful. This isn't anything that where we put our heads together and just came up with some good ideas. These are actually Bible-based principles and truths. So God will perfect His word. This is not Tyler and Dana, giving you what we got. We're giving you ancient truths from the Bible, and for those of us who love God, we know how impactful His word is. So anyway,
That's good. That's good.
but yeah, so just hopefully be encouraged with that. And just to give you a little bit of a background on what our heart is for the actual name of Set Apart, the Set Apart podcast, and where we generally are going to be coming from, whether it's said or not. It is always in the background of everything that we do, and that's from 2 Timothy 2:20 and 21. in a wealthy home, some utensils, or in some translations it says in the master's house,
Hmm.
some utensils are made of gold and silver, and some are made of wood and clay. The expensive utensils are used for special occasions, and the cheap ones are for everyday use. If you keep yourself pure, you will be a special utensil for honorable use. Your life will be clean, and you will be ready for the master to use for every good work. And that's essentially that's our heart for how we try to go about living our lives. We are by no means perfect. We don't see ourselves as having arrived anywhere, but as far as a heart and a position of how we go about living our day, how we try to conduct ourselves as individuals, as a married couple, as a parent, or excuse me, as parents and as a mom and a dad, and how we raise our children. That is 100% our frame for how we try to live our lives. Um,
Yeah, it really is. It's just going to be a constant. If we're going to beat one drum, it will be that he is worthy. He's
yes,
worthy of us living just in a spirit of excellence for him. Living in a heart of purity and holiness and righteousness. And again, we know that Christ's blood has paid the price for that, but for us to come into
no
that
doubt.
partnership and into the identity of that and what that looks like inside of our marriages. And we'll answer some of those questions. How does that look? What does it look like to be living set apart as parents, especially in the world and in the culture that we're living in today? I know that, I have mentors and I have people that speak into my life as well. And I know that I need the encouragement in this world, that it seems like we're just all kind of running against the grain right now. If you're a God fearing, Bible believing Christian,
Absolutely.
it's just, yeah. So those are some of the things that we'll definitely be taking a peek and looking at. But you're going to hear, like Tyler said, you're going to hear that theme through all of it that we're really looking to say, are we, I mean, the Bible says that we're going to be like looking like peculiar people to the world. We're going to be literally like a light or a city that's set on a hill. And so, we're going to start asking some of those questions when regarding marriage and regarding our children. It's like, does this look like that? So it's going to be fun. I think we're going to have a lot of fun too. We may be a little goofy at times and a little quirky, but just want to say, thanks for hanging in there with us. um, but yeah, I think it's going to be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. And just want to say how blessed, I know I can speak for Tyler too, but just from my heart, I'm really blessed at this opportunity to just be here in this moment in time. I don't take it lightly. And, I just think about all the fathers and the mothers and the grandparents out there that just are just here. It just feels like camaraderie, and I'm just really grateful for it. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, it's definitely an honor and a privilege, and we look forward to you being back here with us. So enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time you're listening to this, evening, nighttime, morning time, what have you. Blessings to you. Thanks.